Hey, Libra, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your October 2025 monthly reading. And happy birthday to those of you sun sign Libras who are celebrating a birthday this month. Now, we have here at the bottom of the deck rest and retreat. This is about you taking some time out, some downtime here in your busy schedules or hectic lives in order to rejuvenate. Now, some of you could even be going on a short trip. This could be spending time with a best friend or a group of like minded individuals. I feel like there are strong connections here that you are creating, that you are opening yourself up to this month. Bottom of the deck, we have the world. Success and accomplishment will soon be yours. This is a congratulatory energy. There's a completion here. And some of you, this has to do with travel, as I've mentioned. So you could be either traveling here, there could be a new beginning showing up. This is an energy of the world. And you are being reminded, Libra, that the world is your oyster and you are feeling whole. You are feeling alive. You are feeling enlightened. And this is a victorious time for you because some of you have felt stuck in some way, or perhaps you had felt like there was a delayed beginning. But this energy is showing up quite profound because you have reached this part of your journey where you are ready to set sail. Now, I'm also getting the name Roger. Roger, I mean, it could also be like Roger that, where you are receiving some form of communication. Now, communication could be showing up strong where there's an understanding. This could also be communicating with your own guides, your own spiritual team. I am getting some sort of invitation or message coming through for you. And you are trusting in your own intuitive knowing. So let's dive in and take a look at your key themes for the month. You have spiritual toolbox, Libra. Spiritual toolbox is about using the tools that you have learned, that you have perhaps researched, or that's been working for you. Now, this can be meditation, it can be journaling, perhaps using oracle or tarot cards. Some of you may even be saging or cleansing your energy or space. You could be using singing bowls, divining rods, pendulums. These can be external tools that help you tapping into your own intuitive awareness, but it can also be trusting in the information that's coming through your crown chakra. A lot of you are connecting to practices that help enhance your own intuitive awareness because we all have the ability to tune in. And I see here that you are being guided to trust your inner voice and trust those feelings that are coming through because they have meaning. Now, some of you may also be dreaming a lot more. This could be vivid dreams. You may even be dreaming of the past or dreaming of past energies because you are processing and you are releasing through your dream state. Now, another message that's coming through here is some of you have divine flashes of a future version of yourself. Some of you are receiving glimmers. You're receiving bits and pieces of the life, the other timeline, I should say, that you are shifting into. This could be a future version of yourself. And you could be opening up your third eye chakra and your clairvoyance could be activated here. I'm also getting the vision that you have for your life. And some of you may have even created a vision board. You're starting to see these things manifest in the material form for you because you've been doing the inner work. You have been aligning with these energies and taking action towards living your dream life. Next, Libra, you have new life coming through. And this is the perfect month for new beginnings, right? Big changes here on the horizon. But you're hitting that internalized reset button here where you're seeing the world through a new lens. I feel like you are seeing yourself through a new lens, because you have done a lot of work on releasing expectations, releasing past wounds, or parts of yourself that you haven't always felt as confident in. And I feel like you are stepping into this bolder, wiser, more mature version of yourself, and it feels empowering, Libra. This is a new journey ahead for you. Some of you could even be moving into, a new home. You could be relocating here. You may even have a dream of being able to travel the world, or this could be an international audience. Some of you may even leave your hometown or a state or even a country or even a continent at some point or another. It may not be in the month of October. It could be for some of you, especially if this is travel or a move, but it could even be a dream that you have of being able to spread your wings and lay down roots elsewhere. I'm also getting a message of some of you maybe leaving a place of origin or a place that you grew up and moving to a different location that has offered you, more in some way. It's offered you freedom in some way. Now, you have clarity coming through. This is reminding me of the Chariot for some reason, because it feels like you are finding your focus, and there's this energy of momentum and movement here after a period of maybe uncertainty or a bit of fogginess. And that Chariot is also connected to perhaps travel or your, intuitive and emotional drive. And I see for many of you, this is victory. You are moving towards victory. It's like your path is clear, like you're getting clear on what it is that you want, and you are eliminating or pushing through the fog or the distractions. So something that you've been uncertain about, it feels like you are becoming more certain, possibly of who you are, where you are going, and what you want in your life. Libra, that's a big deal, because once you are, moving forward with that sense of clarity, everything shifts. And I feel like things are starting to fall into place here for you. Now, with rest and retreat at the bottom of the deck, some of you may be contemplating maybe a holistic or a spiritual retreat. This could be a yoga retreat, a writer's retreat. It could be a silent retreat. It could even be a place that brings in a lot of relaxation. Now, it could be a space that you visit within your own mind through meditation. And some of you may even pull up a space within your mind that instantly soothes you, instantly calms you. I'm also getting here mountains and water. Now, I see water in the background on 3 of the 4 themed cards here. So water could be very healing, very beneficial for you this month. Some of you live near the water, or you could be exploring more emotional depths. Now, as we move out of Libra season towards the end of the month and into Scorpio season, some of you may even have some strong Scorpio placements in your chart. I feel like you are exploring the depths of some new emotional experiences that may be showing up in your life. This could include relationships. It could be more meaningful, creative artwork that you are embodying within your own business or within your career. It could be self-expression coming through where there's a deeper emotional satisfaction within this energy. So let's dive in and take a look at health. Now, when it comes to health, you actually have here the Queen of Swords. Now, she is your energy, and I have a feeling you are embracing your power in ways that you haven't in the past. Now, when it comes to health, some of you may have even had a bit of melancholy about like aging. And I feel like you are taking a look at your aging body, but you are still trying to be in the best shape of your life. I feel like you may have even looked into like creams or serums or lotions that may be non-toxic. Some of you have transferred into living a more holistic lifestyle, maybe even using non-toxic chemicals or makeup or deodorants, laundry detergents, things of that nature. And I see that some of you may have even felt a bit stressed out carrying the world's problems on your shoulders. And I see that you are working on staying in your own lane here, Libra, focusing on what's within your control, because sometimes you may feel like you take on the weight of others or you take on other people's problems here, especially for those of you that may be in healthcare, or you may be a caregiver or a healer or a light worker in some way. It's like you want to help, you want to be of service, but I see here that you are creating some good, healthy boundaries for yourself. And we also have here the solar plexus chakra coming through. And the message is around oneness and unity. And it's so interesting because as I was pre-shuffling your cards prior to turning on the video, I was actually hearing Bob Marley playing in the background of my mind. And now I know that it's probably the song, I believe it's called One Love by Bob Marley. So some of you, maybe Bob Marley is significant, or you may feel more unified. And I mentioned earlier this sense of wholeness where you are not separated. And some of you have struggled with feeling separate from source, or feeling like you've been isolated, rejected, abandoned in some way. But this is a heavy energy that you have been working through, Libra. And the message is this: I accept the oneness of all life, and I know I am one with all others on this journey. I support them and let them support me. I am brave and not afraid to ask for assistance. I allow myself to empathize and sympathize with others, and I choose to see the love in all around me. I see everything as part of my own life. I accept others for who they are. I find common ground with others rather than differences, as this brings harmony into my lives and into theirs. So you are embodying your best trait. Your strength is harmony. Your strength is balance. But you can create a boundary where it's not harmonizing based on people pleasing or based on shoving your own needs aside. I feel like you are finding ways to create a balanced lifestyle that's not only good for your body, Libra, but good for your mind and good for your spirit. And that's why the world is showing up here. Now, solar plexus also pertains to the gut. So some of you may have had gut health issues. The gut is known as our second brain. And this also connects to the nervous system. Some of you may have been interested or called to work with like the polyvagal theory, the vagus nerve, which runs from our brain stem all the way down to our gut. And you may have even gone through maybe a chronic illness. Maybe some of you have struggled with mold, with parasites, with viruses, bacteria. There's been something festering here in the gut region, and I feel like you are working on strengthening your core. Now, if it's not a physical manifestation here, it could be that you are creating more balance within your core, and you could even be doing some powerful yoga moves or Pilates, some sort of training that does strengthen your core. And if you have suffered from maybe a little bit of extra weight in your belly region, it feels like you are honoring and loving yourself, because the goal is to feel healthy and to accept your body as the healthy being it is. And I feel like this is body love. And some of you are teaching about, bodies. You are helping other individuals in some way that may even be going through some either body shaming, or this could be self-love practices, or some of you, it could be a family member or a friend that has struggled with body image. Now, you are opening up to unity, and you're meeting energies, you're meeting new people this month that are going to play a pivotal role in your life. Now, we are going to take a look at love and partnerships here in a moment. We'll also look at your wealth, your money, your abundance. But let's dive in and take a look at the overall vibe of the month. What is guiding the energy of October? The Ace of Cups. What a beautiful energy to be guiding you through the month, Libra, because this is a gift. All aces are gifts. And this is a gift that is meant for you to unwrap. There's a new love connection here. This could be self-love for yourself, or you are falling so madly, deeply in love with you that you are becoming your own best friend, and that energy is overflowing into all of your relationships, because that is true wholeness. That is true unity here. This is a soul quenching renewal, Libra, that you are currently metamorphosizing in your life. This is emotional fulfillment, and you're leaning into curiosity. You're leaning into positivity, and it's like you have hope for the future, and you are not giving up on your dreams. You're not giving up on your hopes here. And this is the proof. The drink me vial is something that you are ingesting from the inside out, right? It feels like you are filling your own cup with energies that align, and you are learning from the challenges. You're learning from the struggles, and you're realizing that all of it is a part of your growth and journey. So this could be manifesting in your physical world as, a new career path that you love. This could be a new relationship even. It could even be that you are being guided to move forward towards something that feels highly aligned with your spiritual self. I am getting that high priestess energy where, again, your intuitive knowing is calling out with the spiritual toolbox. And it could even be that you have a new spiritual gift that you are activating and learning about at this time. And this could be a gift that you help others with, or you help open up, others in some way. And I feel like this is something that sits close to your heart, Libra. This is beautiful. Spirit is saying, drink me, drink in the energy of oneness. I love that for you. Now, what are we releasing? What habits, patterns, or beliefs are you being guided to let go of? The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups as a release is about third-party energies, or feeling left out, or feeling like you're sitting at the wrong table. The Three of Cups is represented by the Mad Tea Party, and you at times have felt very secluded, right? Third party, like you were a third wheel in a situation here. Or perhaps there's been, an excessiveness happening here where you didn't feel a part of a tribe. You felt like you were left out, or maybe there was some sort of triangulation that was occurring here. And you're like, well, wait a second, can't we celebrate? Can't we all come together? And it just feels like you are letting go of energies that feel mismatched, energies that feels like you aren't appreciated, aren't respected, aren't supported. You are moving into an energy where, you are celebrating your wins. You are worthy and deserving of great success here and great love. And I feel like you at times have struggled with this, and there is a big win, and you actually see the birthday cake and the candle here, and you want to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with energies that support your growth, support your evolution, and even the struggles that you've gone through, even the times where you did feel left out, those energies also have supported your growth. And sometimes more so than anything else you've experienced. But I have a feeling you are about to celebrate something profound, and you're feeling more part of a soul group, or a soul tribe, or a family, or a best friend connection, or a part of something greater than yourself, and you're leaning into it, and I feel like it feels good. Now, what are you guided to focus on? The Two of Pentacles. This is creating balance in your work life. It's balance in your play life. Now, the Two of Pentacles showing up as the mushroom here. Some of you could be leaning into your health and focusing on, creating a balance where you're not going to extremes. Because sometimes the Three of Cups can be excessiveness where we overindulge. And if you have been caught in that loop of overindulging, whether it's indulging in foods, whether it's indulging in social media, or whatever it is that kind of takes you out of the loop of true strong connection. Not saying that you can't indulge from time to time, but if this has become a regular pattern, or if it's become your norm where you are having difficulty finding balance in some way, it feels like that's where that new cup is offered here, saying, okay, let's rein that energy in here and celebrate the things that you have accomplished. And I see with this Two of Pentacles, you may also be focusing on, creating financial balance in your world. You're focusing here on taking a look at your priorities, and you may even be weighing up some pros and cons. You may be saying to yourself, okay, this is beneficial for my health, or this is something that, I struggle with, but it feels like we are all a work in progress. We are constantly evolving, learning, and growing. And I see that you are trying to maintain the best balanced lifestyle, and you're taking a holistic approach at everything. And that is your superpower, Libra, is seeing things from a higher perspective. Now, some of you could even be drinking mushroom coffee, mushroom tea. Maybe you're taking lion's mane. Some of you are going morel hunting. And I feel like mushrooms could be beneficial. And some of you, there may have even been, now take this as it resonates, some of you may have had some sort of mold exposure, or there may have been an environmental factor. Now, sometimes the world can even be like pollutants, or it can be things that are floating out there in the ether. It can also be like vaccinations, things of that nature, government run energies. So be mindful that you are aware. Be mindful that, spiritually you are being guided to trust what your body needs at this time. And that's why the Two of Pentacles is coming in, because you also want to live a life where you are able to balance out the things that you love with your responsibilities. And I see that you are doing a fine job doing so this month. So what is the hidden influence, Libra? We have your energy coming through. The Queen of Swords. She is powerful. She is spicy. She is, she's the queen of communication. Some of you may have this fiery red hair. You may even have a tattoo that has a lot of meaning. I'm getting a spiritual tattoo. Maybe someone has like a tarot card image on their body. Maybe sun, stars, or the moon. Maybe even the justice scales are showing up here. Some of you could feel empowered by wearing red. Now, red is connected to the root chakra, but I'm getting this red energy, and also it could even be like the lady in red. Maybe you're wearing like a red dress, or you feel really good about your own stability. The Queen of Swords is intellectual. She's assertive. She is direct with what she wants. And that's the energy I was picking up on. Like, you are getting clear here, Libra, on what it is that you want. And you are taking a calculated risk by weighing up your pros and cons, the Two of Pentacles, right? And you are going to set forth by saying, this is what I want. This is what I'm going for. And I'm not going to second guess or doubt my choice or my decision, because she is fierce when it comes to her own personal power. She is not going to second guess herself. That's why she's the queen. You're also somebody who sees through the BS. You see through facades. You see through illusions. You see through people who are not being honest. And that at times, it can feel like a curse, but it is one of your greatest flexes with the spiritual toolbox. You are able to kind of sniff out energies that don't feel right. And you can use that to your advantage. Now, the Queen of Swords energy showing up is reminding you to also drop into your emotions at times, Libra. Now, this is your influence. And you are being influenced by the mind. The mind is powerful, but drop into your body, drop into how you want to feel. So that way your feelings and your mind, they can be on the same page. And I see that you are very clear-headed as you move about in the month of October. And it feels like you are being asked to maybe explore some of your emotions with the Three of Cups. Maybe enjoy some of the celebrations here, some of the wins with a smile on your face. We don't have to constantly be coming up with solutions or, finding ways within the mind to, move forward to the next journey. This is about you soaking it all in right here, right now, staying present in your surroundings. And that's why you have R&R at the bottom of the deck. Because you may be someone who is very intellectual. Libra, you may be someone that uses your mind, heavily on a daily basis. Some of you are receiving information through many different sources. And I feel like it's important to protect your own sacred space as well. Take rest, take time to meditate and check in with your body and ask, how am I feeling today? All right. Let's look at the support. Let's look at the ally. This could be the energy. It could be a person or even a tool that is helping you out this month. Libra, you have the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is a student of life. He is fun. He is curious. He is showing up here as Scraps, the patchwork girl, meaning he's very creative, very expressive. And you are someone who is showing up in ways that bring about your passions, bring about your desires. This also reminds me of like childlike enthusiasm, where you may be getting excited over the small things. I don't know about you guys, but I have so much gratitude in my life that something as simple as, a dragonfly landing on my shoulder brings me such joy, such fulfillment. And I appreciate all of the little things. And that's what you are being reminded here, because you have this energy, this fresh vibrancy showing up all around you. Now, some of you may even have children, or there could be younger people in your life that are supporting you at this time. The Page of Wands is also representing messages. So communication or messages around perhaps your passion projects. This could be your career. It could even be a course of study that is guiding you to focus, to prioritize, but at the same time, blend in that balance of fun, blend in that balance of play and spontaneity. So I'm getting a theme for you this month with the Two of Pentacles being your focus. It's how can you bring balance and restore order in your own life? And I feel like you are reclaiming your power again by getting clear on what you want, Libra, because your outcome here is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is highly magnetic, right? She's using the Page of Wands here to really amplify and magnetize her own energy. So the Queen of Swords, which is showing up here as your hidden influence, it's the mind. It feels like you're having fun. You are using that mind to come up with new ideas, to expand your world, because you have that at the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Wands is a natural leader. She's creative, she's artsy, she's sharp, she's witty, she's protective of, her family and what she has created, and she's highly attractive, which means she is prime for magnetizing what it is that she wants in her life, especially if she focuses and gets clear on what that is. It comes in a lot quicker than expected. And I see sunflowers being highlighted here. Now, I mentioned tattoos earlier, and I think this came up in a prior reading. I forget which sign. Perhaps it was Leo, but it's sunflowers. Some of you may even have a sunflower tattoo, or sunflowers also represent the sun. And this is reminding you, Libra, that great times not only lie ahead, but they're right here, right now. You are being asked to get out in the sunshine, enjoy yourself, open up to love in all forms. And that's why the Ace of Cups is kicking off your month, because that is the flow. That is the theme that is showing up here for you. Some of you are entrepreneurs. You may be someone who multitasks, like you're able to juggle a lot here. And I see that you take care of a lot, but you also deserve to rest. And if you have something showing up in the month of October, okay, I almost said August. Maybe August is significant for some of you. I just mentioned that Leo energy. But there may even be, this could be a trip that you had planned in August, or it could be some sort of seed that's been planted in August. You get to start to watch it bloom. You get to start seeing it come alive this month. And I feel like you're also recovering. Some of you are recovering from maybe an illness or something that, it's been a long time coming. Oh, some of you are survivors. I am being shown here the ribbon, like breast cancer ribbon. Maybe you are a breast cancer survivor or cancer in general. I'm also seeing here someone may have had to like go through chemo treatment. Someone could have lost their hair. I see that you are expressing yourself through song, through dance, through connection, and honoring the divine sisterhood around you. Some of you, this is sisterhood. Maybe you have a sister here. I'm getting divine feminine energy, regardless if you're male or female, of course, but this is about sisterhood. So for many of you, you are connecting with a tribe, and it feels like you are a part of this tribe where there's this oneness and you get each other, you understand each other. There's no judgment. There's no, expectations. There is, simply put, just being in the energy. So let's take a look at career, finances, wealth, and money. Well, here you are, the student of life. I feel like you're always learning, and that page is reminding you to open up to learning. Sometimes we get stuck in a bit of a rut because that brings us a sense of security, a sense of stability if we keep things the same. But I feel like you are being guided at this time to learn something new. Teaching yourself to succeed with money. You may even be getting a financial advisor to teach you, or some sort of coach or a mentor. Some of you may be in school to pursue higher education. You may work for a school district. Perhaps you're taking online courses or classes at this time. I'm getting a learning mentality is not only good for the mind, but it's good for the body. Some of you may be learning a new dance. Maybe you're learning salsa dancing, or perhaps you are going snorkeling. You could be learning how to bring your dream to life by taking the necessary action steps that are required, whether you are reading about this in a book, learning online, or connecting to a professional. I feel like you are turning the page here, and you are about to embark upon a new chapter of your life, Libra. Working with a mentor to learn new skills, or to teach yourself how to implement your plans. And because that ace is showing up here, because the student of life, Page of Wands, is your ally, you're going to benefit from whatever this new gift is that comes through for you. Whatever this new mentor, as I mentioned, it could be a mentor, a person, a tool, a spiritual tool here, or new energy that comes in that's going to help you immensely. Next, you have turtle. So it may feel like money is coming in slow, but I actually feel like you're making steady progress here. Now, some of you could be moving for work, as I've mentioned with the world. This is in good time. This could be something that you want to take to the next level. And even if it feels like it's been a bit slower for you, and I think I mentioned this in the beginning, something that may have felt a bit slower is actually going to be one of the greatest successes of your life. And it feels like you are enjoying simplicity. You are enjoying some leisurely time for yourself. So things, yes, it feels like they're not so slow that you're stuck in the mud, but it feels like there's a pace that you can keep up with, a pace that feels good. It feels harmonized. It feels like you can balance up, your personal and professional life, or your work and your play life. So the turtle isn't a bad energy. Sometimes we feel like we want to be moving forward quicker, but it actually feels like this turtle is in alignment. When the turtles hatch, they automatically trust in their North Star, their intuition here, their gut instinct to head towards the water. And I feel like that's what you're doing here, Libra, is you are naturally moving towards the water because that is your superpower. Like that's your gift. When you are leaning into what it is that you love, what you know, like you're natural at it. And those turtles don't need to necessarily learn how to swim. It's part of who they are. So I feel like you're learning here, but the soul compass is your biggest tool, is your biggest guide, your biggest mentor. And you have life purpose. You will have new ideas and inspirations that will guide you towards your divine calling. X marks the spot. You have this bullseye here. You have this target, and I'm seeing a lot of numbers. Some of you could be seeing number frequencies. Perhaps you're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of you could be seeing 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 11, 11. What is meant for you will not leave you as long as you continue to move forward. And you're being guided to ask for what you need. Ask for what you want by getting focused here and saying, this is what I want. It's going to help align you to carry out your vision. And you do have a vision here for your future, and something is becoming more clear to you. So this is beautiful, Libra. It would be a wonderful month to create a new vision board for those of you that enjoy doing that. All right, so new opportunities, new income sources. Some of you are expanding your reach, possibly through public relations, communications. This could be the World Wide Web with the world showing up here. I'm also getting here clarity where you could be using your spiritual tools in some way to increase your flow of abundance. You're magnetized here. This could be a really great month to launch an idea of yours, launch a book, launch a project, to start something new, but also to have fun, play around a bit and see what you enjoy, see what you like. It'd be a great month to learn a new skill because that skill could help you out in your career in some way. Now let's look at love, relationships, family. You have the hammer. The hammer tells me that you've been doing a lot of work, right? A lot of work on rebuilding and working on any behaviors that are around sabotaging, like self-sabotaging. This is about you talking to yourself kinder. It is about you being persistent here. And I feel like you are someone who you want to fix things. If there is a part of yourself that you're not showing up in your best life, you want to understand how. You want to understand why. You want to understand how to rewire. That is the gift of the Queen of Swords, right? She wants truth. She wants answers. And I feel like you have been in search of truth, in search of these answers. And you've been putting a lot of work into your healing, but it's also time to have fun, Libra. You can find that balance because sometimes we focus so much on our healing that we forget to have fun along the way. Now we have poker face. Poker face with the aces showing up. Beautiful pocket rockets there. This is a hand that you want to play. You don't want to fold this hand. So if there is an invitation here this month, you are gambling. It's like you're taking a risk here. This is an energy of thinking outside the box, but it's also about taking a chance, opening yourself up in some way, meeting and connecting to new individuals. This could be signing up for that class. It could even be that you are going to ask your boss for a raise. It could be, anything that you've been contemplating here, maybe going back and forth on with that Two of Pence. And I see that you're going to gamble. You're going to take a chance. And I feel like it's going to play off when it comes to connections, when it comes to love. And I'm also seeing you stepping up to the plate where you could ask someone to go out on a date, or you could connect to, a friend. I feel like there may even be an invitation that comes in, and it may be out of your comfort zone, but it actually surprises you by how much you enjoy it. So perhaps someone says, hey, Libra, do you want to go horseback riding? And you're like, well, I've never been horseback riding before, but I'd be down to trying it. And you do it and you realize that it liberates you, right? You are one with the horse, and there's that unity coming through. So try something here new and take a risk on yourself. Take a risk on your heart here, because you could build a new connection that lasts a lifetime. And lastly, blowing kisses. Libra, you are focused on unconditional love for self. You're focused on seeing the love within you and all around you. This is about giving and receiving. And that is the energy that you are putting out, is reciprocity, right? We are in this together. This is team. This is unity. This is partnership. And there is no I, in partnership. And I feel like you expect that same energy in return. And that's what is being delivered, because you're clear on your boundaries. You're letting someone know perhaps what it is that you need without being controlling, without being demanding or forceful. You're just showing up as the beautiful, authentic self you are. And it feels like your energy is being matched. And I see that there's affection being returned, because someone appreciates you being upfront. Someone appreciates your spiciness and your confidence and your strength, Libra. So this is a fun, playful energy. You can see that she has this, bubble gum in her mouth, and she's blowing a big bubble. So there could be a playful relationship that is blossoming here, where the two of you have fun together. I am seeing, the swinging of like a towel, where the both of you are maybe trying to run away from each other. It feels like a young, fresh vibe, where you could be like kind of hitting each other with the towel, not in a negative way, but just having fun, playful energies, joking around, and really vibing and connecting with someone around you. Someone that's playful, someone who, they are sporadic, they're spontaneous with that page energy here, but also someone who also matches your own confidence here. And I feel like this is a beautiful dynamic that is entering into your world, or something you could be strengthening or solidifying. All right. Lastly, Libra, you have the unseen archetype, and you see that third eye, or the eye, I should say, is highlighted. And I'm not too familiar with this energy, so one moment, I will find this in the guidebook. All right, Libra, this is the spirit, the ancestor, the eternal. The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees us, watching and waiting with wisdom, both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, we sense it, we intuit it, and then doubt its existence, though it rallies our attention time and time again. The energy of the unseen may come in many forms: a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision, or a message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. It is natural to fear these communications, as they challenge our perception of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway between worlds is ajar. Listen. The sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. Being graced by the unseen is a gift. Treat it kindly. Allow yourself to be seen by eternal eyes. Guidance comes in many forms. Don't expect it to be glittery or comfortable. The spirit world speaks the truth. Sometimes it soothes and sometimes it burns. When this is showing up as the light aspect, which it looks very positive here in your reading, especially connected to the spiritual toolbox. And remember that high priestess energy that I've been picking up throughout your reading? This is giving me high priestess energy. When it's showing up as the light, it's clairvoyance. And we talked about that clairvoyance here, third eye energy. This is also about whispers of wisdom. It's guidance. When it's showing up as the dark aspect, it's dark looming energy. It's unwillingness to forgive. It's that separateness, right? And if you want to go further in this energy, check out King Hamlet, The Three Fates, or The Shining. Okay, I haven't seen that one in a while. Now, Libra, that is what I have for your October 2025 monthly reading. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share with someone who may benefit from the messages. And if you are interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.